Hello, hello, hello. This is Hoffy moonangel. Just put my feet up. And this is a reading for Sagittarius. How are you, Sagittarius? Can I just say that you Sagittarians have been showing up in readings all year this year. So your energy, yeah, has been showing up very clearly. Yeah, enlightenment, keeping things steady. You've been needed a lot this year. So let's just see. Home reading. See, look, I get that. That's that's the purity that Sagittarius brings to love. I like that. Resonates. Yeah. All year. All year you've been showing up as a very prominent very prominent card. Oops. One more. Come on, here you go. So let's see, we'll do the Wheel of Fortune, let's hope. Okay. This is oh, okay, lots of passion from the Knight of Wands. This is Four of Cups, slight stubborn energy. Tut, tut, tut. Oh my goodness. Okay, so these two knights, this one's about passion, this one's about commitment. This is also a solicitor's kind of card, you know, so this is formal documentation. Three of Cups, celebration. Oh God, there's a little bit of moodiness going on here. What's going on? Shake it off. Oh God, right. Okay, so okay. The feeling that you want to do it all on your own is springing to mind here. Queen of Wands, great. Gosh, Queen of Swords, somebody in authority. The World, like that. 6, 7, 8, 9. I've done this 100 times, and I still can't count. 10, 11. The Star, that's Aquarius energy. I want to see. Oh, okay. I just want to see how close the Sagittarian card. Where the sat. Okay, right. Sorry, that was just something for my own benefit. Okay, so quite a lot going on here. Now somebody is offering a very passionate event with you, and you're reluctant to take it on. You're like, I'm not really sure that you're the right person. Maybe they're not showing up. They're not showing up as they should to you, or maybe you are requiring a higher level of commitment, which would be this Knight of Swords. I knew today was going to be confusing. So this Three of Cups, this is this a feeling of like, this is a celebration. As you can see, it's a cup of love, but there are three people in that cup of love, and it's not an ideal situation. So if there isn't any issue of trust, then you need to iron that out, because you know there's no room for three people in a relationship. And maybe that's why you're asking for this higher level of commitment, because you know having a passionate relationship is fine, but to get to a deeper level of a relationship, then you need You need to feel secure. You need to feel safe. You need to feel loved. You need to feel that not going to flit in and out of your life. You need more commitment. And the problem with that is, as soon as you ask for commitment, the other person is screaming, "Freedom! I need my freedom!" So, rock and a hard place, I would say. Um, yeah, rock and a hard place. Uh, But definitely, this needs to be ironed out in some way. Let's just have a look at those cards together like this. Yeah, passion. Passion. You need passion in a relationship, lots of it. But passion is not what sees you through a relationship to years and years. No, these people have been together years and years and years. Yes, they have passion. Yes, they love each other, but it's not all about the sex, you know. It's about how you journey together, how you tackle life together, how you both get to develop and grow in the relationship, you know. So I feel like before you can move forward, you're going to have to get to the heart of the matter, the truth of the matter. And if there is still somebody else lingering in the background, then that needs to be quashed, basically. There's no room for it, you know. It needs to be put where it's meant to be, you know, on a shelf. Doesn't mean that, you know, especially if it's somebody that have a long-term relationship with, then more sensitive, but you don't need more than two people in a relationship. I think that's called polygamy. You might be a polygamist, who knows? So there's there is a sense that, you know, this whole thing of going it alone, and it seems to be there's going to be a change in your life, and while it's very upsetting, you're kind of like a little bit embarrassed about it, and you shouldn't be, because in that picture is 5 cups, and cups obviously represent love. These ones are like lost, they're tipped over, they've gone over. Don't focus on what's gone, because you can't get that back. You have to focus on what you have, and then you'll be able to build on it. And this whole thing of wanting to go it alone, you know, you can see here, these people are in a bit of a dire situation, and all they've got to do is go and walk in that lovely warm church. But stubbornness is keeping them outside. They don't have to do it the hard way. Life's not meant to be the hard way. Life is meant to be an easy journey, an enjoyable, easy journey. It's not meant to be difficult. You're not meant to suffer to have a good life. So there's that stubborn, and that's up there. That stubbornness is it's gonna ruin you. Stop it. Stop with the stubborn. It's denying you that when people get in a stubborn mode, it denies them of goodness, you know, because nothing good ever comes from a place of being stubborn. Anyway, we've got the sun here, which is Leo, and that also indicates to me that this is longer than December, because it's the sun. It's kind of saying that in the summer next year. So by summer next year, things would have definitely have changed. And whatever the journey that you take between now and then, that's when you'll reach your happy place, you know, the pinnacle of where it is that you're going, and things will ease up. Um, because it feels like this half is quite complicated, and maybe maybe you are the person that has the other person, and that it could be like a divorce proceeding or something like that. But this, it could be buying a house, it could be it's just something, a formal contract right there in your life that has to be resolved. um I mean, if it's a house, then you might have to part ways. Yeah, but definitely a little bit of stagnant energy for you at the moment until the summer. You just have to keep, like say, ironing out those creases, get to the try and get to each problem and cross it off, dealt with. So after in the summer, and you've got the Queen of Wands, and she always comes to support you in new projects, new ideas, new aspirations, new dreams, and potentially, because I'm seeing a lot here of we've got the Queen of Swords. I'll talk about her in a minute, but I'm seeing a lot of this world, the world energy. That is Saturn. That's Saturn energy. And Saturn, I think yesterday may have just moved into Capricorn. So that's really important. But it's about getting a different view of the world, getting a different view of life, so that could indicate that this part is a definite change in your life, and that the new part that comes after the summer is a much more um desirable part of your life. Page of Swords is it could be like a secret admirer or someone like that. It can also be to do with the internet. So, internet dating is very popular, isn't it? Internet dating, very popular. So the only thing with that is with the internet dating, you can't see that person in their true light always. So just be careful that I've got Aquarius here. Just be careful that you don't focus too much on this person, because you may end up plowing more into them than they'll plow into you. And when you start to feel like that, you've got to stop that and start lifting your head and looking up to the stars and kind of looking for a path to guide you out of that. So don't just be aware of that one. But also the new world can also indicate a journey abroad, and that's where you get a different view, isn't it? A different perspective on life. Now, the Queen of Swords, I don't know who this person is in your life, but they, or what it is that they want to say, but they definitely are, they're not cutting, but they're very straightforward, and they'll have their say with you about what's occurred and where it is that you're heading. Just remember, it's your life, you make the decisions, but you've got the Queen of Swords, look, the Knight of Swords. I mean, if I was playing gin rummy, I'm only looking out for, you've got that. So that's all quite serious stuff in your life, and that's making decisions, that's legal matters, all the legal matters. Yeah, and the swords not only represent status, they represent truth. So the truth of the matter. So I feel like you're going to have to stay true to yourself through this little journey that you've got going on here. And let's see if we can just bring out a good tarot card by Colette Baron Reed. See what we can bring. Yeah, it's all very serious, I think. And we need to kind of lighten it up a little bit for you, because you can't live in this constant, gosh, it would drive you insane, wouldn't it, if you was in this constant pressure all the time. And it is difficult to make decisions, especially like if you're with somebody, especially if you were in a marriage and you rely on that person to help you make decisions on a daily basis. That's what you do in a marriage. You converse, don't you? And you work it out together. But when you're on your own, it's very different of how you solve problems and how you solve issues. So the best way to do is to write them down, and then just write down your options. And then ultimately you'll do what your inner source tells you, because, you know, listen to your inner, listen to your soul and listen to your inner source. It will always guide you through life. You do get to decide, but I feel like any decisions made this year need to be done very carefully, very cautiously, and with some sort of structure to it. I've just had that just now with Aries, but yeah, just some sort of plan. And the reason that it seems very confusing as well is we've got Neptune in Pisces going into Pisces, so it's going into its own sign, and that is everything that you believe and imagine and dream is not enough. You need to make efforts to physically make those changes for it to come true. You know, you can't just think about it all the time. And then we've also got Mercury playing up, because what Mercury does is it, thank you, what Mercury does is it interferes with the frequency of how we listen and talk to each other. So there could be many, you know, it may feel out of balance or out of kilter because the frequency's off. So it's really hard to get your point across at the moment. There's a lot going on that's playing with your head with the planets. The planets are really out there doing their thing. And then when did I say Saturn? Did I say Saturn just now? Oh yeah, the world is Saturn. So Saturn is all about major challenges, you know, forcing us to sort of work harder, to be better people, about commitment, about discipline. Yeah, these are all the things that you need. But it's all very serious. And I feel like what you also need is some light-heartedness. Let's give you these. Giving these as that little extra, right? Okay. So the Eight of Fire, this is where you are, you've been through so much, you've been through the pain and the agony, and you know, you've been on the rough side of it, and now you've got to make a decision of whether to take it forward or not. Sometimes there's no right answer though, you know. Sometimes you have to step forward to know whether you're going to carry on forward or step back. Then the Five of Air, yeah, this is more sword energy, and this is telling me about this dispute. This is a dispute. That is definitely my legal card, the Knight of Swords, and so it's something that you need to manage very carefully. And while somebody might win that battle, but just be aware that whilst there's winners, there's also losers in that battle, and just be a bit more empathetic towards those people. Then you've got the Five of Earth again, and that's pretty much the same as this card here. You know, when I was saying that you want to go down the tough road, the tough route, you don't need to. You don't need to do that. You can just, because you're making it difficult for yourself if you do that. So sometimes just freewheel it, go with the flow of it, and that might help you to get through to the summer, August, the sun in August, where you will feel like a whole world has been lifted off your shoulders and the weight's been lifted off you. Yeah. I mean, in terms of relationships, it feels like whatever this relationship is, it needs some work on it, and there needs to be an element of honesty. And there's someone here, but again, just make sure that you know them. It takes a long time to know somebody. I mean, you know, you can't just know somebody from a couple of texts, can you? It's kind of good that it is COVID, because it's encouraging people to use things like Zoom and, you know, to get to know somebody a bit better. And there's like that barrier, isn't there? You know, so you've got, whereas when you meet somebody, you're kind of under a bit of pressure. So I think that's all it is for my Sagittarians. You like I say, you've played heavily all year in all the readings, trying to keep the temperance and balance for everybody. So thank you very much for that. And I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it gave you some insight, and I hope it's going to help and guide you to move forward. And so that's it for the reading. So love and light to you. Love you hard, love me hard back. If I can get my, I don't know what I'm doing with this mouse. If I can get it to work, I'm going to end this. So take care. Please like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you back here soon. Bye now.